Wim, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the invitation.
What brings you to Middle East Solar?
Middle East Solar is on top of the agenda of MESIA. So we are here to actually present our solar outlook report for 2017.
The headline news is the lowest prices ever for solar. How does that come about?
So indeed we have seen record low prices in 2016. We saw it on DEWA's phase 3 project, which was 800 megawatts with tariffs around 3 cents. And even that tariff was being beaten later on in the year in Abu Dhabi with a levelized tariff of 2.42 cents per kilowatt hour.
Does it take that large scale in order to get that price, or could you replicate that price point on a smaller scale?
The answer is twofold. So you can replicate it, provided you do large scale PV, because all of a sudden you have so much more, bargaining power and economies of scale. So other countries in the region like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Jordan, Morocco can replicate these kind of tariffs, provided you make, of course, the kind of required corrections for the cost of financing.
Do you think that's a trend that can continue?
From a MESIA perspective, we certainly believe that this trend will continue going forward. There is room for further price decreases. The panel prices will continue to drop, or the efficiency will continue to improve, which means that it's a net benefit to the tariff. Other than that, we see also the worldwide adoption of 1500 volt inverters, which means that it's also going to be beneficial for the levelized tariff. And last but not least, due to the fact that so many projects are being developed worldwide now, you see that also on the balance of plant, a lot of effort has been made to reduce the costing of the balance of plant.
So the technology is becoming cheaper, but finance isn't. How are you countering that?
True, so finance isn't necessarily going to become cheaper. Close to 12 trillion of dollars have been put in the market in order to revive the economy. This is being scaled down now. We see the first interest rate hike in the US at the end of last year. 3 more are being forecasted in the course of this year. Of course, financing only represents so much in the overall costing, so we believe the overall trend to be downwards.
What of distributed energy generation? Is that a factor? Can you get anywhere close to that price point on distributed energy?
Not really. So, and it doesn't have to, because all of a sudden you're looking at a different kind of game, because you're looking at distributed solar, which typically has to look at diesel generation equivalents if you are looking at off-grid kind of solutions. Of course, if you look at it from a residential perspective, it's a different matter in the sense that one will not be able to go fully off-grid, but it's merely people which are, more, environmentally aware and which want to save on their electricity bill that will opt for rooftop solar.
Obviously, energy storage is becoming quite an exciting area right now with the prospects of generating baseload from solar. How far away do you think that's going to be?
We're still quite far away, because if you look at photovoltaics in combination with batteries today, it's still more expensive than any other alternative in the market. It's also more expensive than CSP plus storage today. So it will still take us quite a while before we actually will come to a situation where we will reach grid parity with PV plus batteries. That being said, we see the cost of batteries coming down tremendously quickly, in the sense that the cost of batteries at today's pace is coming down faster than what we have seen for PV panels in the past.
So looking forward towards the rest of 2017, how do you think the market will evolve?
We see a lot of opportunities for large-scale projects. People want to capitalize or to replicate what DEWA and ADWEA have been able to secure in 2016. So we see close to 4.5 gigawatts of large-scale projects in different countries. The main ones will be Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Morocco, Tunisia, and Jordan. When it comes to large-scale CSP projects, we see close to 1.3 gigawatts, with one of the landmark projects going to be the DEWA 200 megawatt tower project, for which they have announced a very ambitious target of reaching 8 cents per kilowatt hour. Just for your reference, current prices for CSP are merely around 14 to 15 cents per kilowatt hour. So we are not there yet, but look, we all know what happened in 2016. Maybe we can see a nice surprise in 2017 as well.
And what's most exciting you?
What is most exciting us as MESIA is that we are there to actually promulgate and promote the industry. So we are there to actually make sure that the development community, the EPC community and the lending community gets into contact with regulators, off-takers, and so on and so forth. So one of the key elements that we have been doing in 2016, for example, is organizing a trade mission to Jordan in order to prepare for round 3, so to make sure that the interest is there. We are planning now similar things in 2017 with a trade mission to Pakistan and Saudi Arabia in the pipeline in order to make sure that we can make sure that sufficient traction is created for the 9.5 gigawatt pipeline that Saudi Arabia has lately announced to be realized by 2023.
Fascinating. Wim, thank you very much for joining us.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much.